Good morning and Happy New Year from the Board Repair Dungeon. This is a Data East CheckPoint MPU, and it is one that I should have passed on. It had alkaline corrosion, and that wasn't really too bad. I mean, it's pretty pervasive, but I've gotten pretty good at cleaning up alkaline corrosion. The problem with this one is that it got deep instead of broad. It got deep into several spaces. And then the worst thing after the corrosion was the prior rework. Somebody had been prying with a screwdriver under both of these ROMs, and they had trashed several traces underneath them. And so the back of the board's got quite a few jumpers on it. You can see that I was doing a lot of verification of data lines and address lines. These are the buffer chips for the address and the data lines. And a lot of continuity checking and making sure that everything was getting to where it needed to be. There were a lot of just destroyed through holes and solder pads. I had to use machine pin SIP socket for the processor here, which has been replaced. And so let's put it into test. I have Simpsons ROMs in it right now. And you can see it booted up fine. The LEDs are doing what they're supposed to, and the lamp matrix is active. No coils operational. My furnace just kicked on. I hope you guys can hear me. So we're going to go into test. And I hit the wrong button. Now we're in test. I also have a Data East Simpsons soundboard connected, and I have tested all these sounds. This gets a little tricky because you have to hit the credit button to start the sounds, and then you have to advance them by hitting the flipper buttons.
We're both underachievers.
You're not going to be able to hear these speakers with my furnace going, so I'm going to skip that. Display test, and yes, I know this is an alphanumeric display, and CheckPoint uses a DMD, a small DMD, but if all these signals coming out of the dual row header and these three connections on the right are correct, then it will work with the DMD. Switch test, I'm just going to walk across the diagonal, prove that all switches are working. And there we go. Do the lamp test. Correct. Skip the single lamps, we'll do the flashers, and then coil test. While that's walking through there, I'm going to check the special solenoids, and those are working properly. These are the flipper power enable relay switches, and they're working as they should also. So you can see that all those coils were working properly. Skip that part and back to booting. And at long last, this MPU is all better. Again, this is one I should have passed on, but once I got the corrosion off and then I started lifting these sockets off and saw the fractured traces, it was kind of no turning back. Thanks for sending it.